Um, I've noticed that about the first 10 seconds of every video are cut off when I press play, so I'm sorry about that. A lot of times I lead off with something that's actually pretty important, but if it doesn't record it, it doesn't record it. So, this place here is, I believe it's a part of the Office of Human Development here in Oregon. I'm not for certain, but it's State of Oregon, state offices, 700 Union Street. And this place is important. If you live in the Dalles, Oregon, this is a place you're going to want to know. Maybe you don't need it right now. Maybe you will never need it. But if you do need it, you need it. When it comes to making sure that crimes against children are turned in, one lady here that I spoke with is not able to do so, but the other one is. One of the other ones is, I might say. And I believe that might be a matter of understanding of the resources. And she may have possibly been through a couple of very complicated situations that the other one did not go through or hasn't gone through yet. There are always adverse conditions in certain cases that are unexpected and unique. And unless you have been through one of those situations, well, there's things you might not know because you haven't had to research them. Anyway, it says State of Oregon, ODHS, self-sufficiency, ODHS, child welfare. And of course, there's WorkSource here as well. And it's got it in Spanish. Here, we'll show you the doors. What's the significance of this building? Well, that would be, believe it or not, it would be both of them, ODHS self-sufficiency. But the important one, especially for all of you, is ODHS child welfare. As we all know, there is no statute of limitations on certain crimes. Since those crimes, some of those crimes were committed against me, well, those things still need to be turned in, but that's not what I'm turning in tomorrow here. Tomorrow afternoon, I gotta come down here and I gotta speak with the lady about a few different situations of child abuse that need to be investigated, actually investigated. And the actual evidence needs to be there and present. I'm also going to go through the emails that I've sent, and I'm going to make sure that I also send her copies of the emails that I sent to police. Those ones will be pretty easy to find. That way I can show that I did try to turn it in before. Since I have multiple conversations recorded with police officers of various sorts, and that due to the complications of the situations with Natalie Bollinger and all of the predators that I have had to deal with since, I have been unable to turn in most of the crimes that have been committed against me and others anywhere except on YouTube and Facebook. So that lady, I spoke with her today. I'm trying to remember her name. I have it on her card and it's in one of my pockets, but she's with DHS. Let me see. That's my ID. And these are the Dalles Police Department, DHS office, Department of Human Services. No, that's Cal Owens. That's the guy at the other place. Let me see. Here it is. DHS Oregon. Jordan. Well, they're having fun with somebody. I can't see them though, so yeah, who knows? It sounds like it's over in the direction of the actual courthouse proper. It'd be about 2.5 blocks away, I think. Yeah, they're not on this street. No flashy lights. Anyway, so Jordan is the lady that I'm gonna try to go up there around 2 o'clock. I'm gonna send the stuff to the email address that's on the card that she gave me, just as a primer so that she has access to it. And then tomorrow when I speak to her, we'll see what we can do to get the ball rolling on. All right, so here's how it is. There's enough, as far as the child abusers go, there's enough for about 30 convictions outright. There would have been a lot more were it not for police pulling the same bullshit that they pull towards the homeless anywhere. But I've got one situation in specific where there is a very real risk of death or dismemberment, and probably at least human trafficking of the sexual sort. And so I'm going to turn that into her tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And I'm also, I've got the recordings of Hood River Sheriff's Department or Police Department when I tried to turn it in there. Now, since it's out of state, they claim that their hands are tied. I've been jumping through hoops for years trying to turn a lot of this stuff in. The only good thing about it, which it's not good, none of this is good, but at least there is no statute of limitations. Well, those guys are fun. I guess we did see a cop, but it's not that big of an emergency because he doesn't have his lights on. If it was that big of an emergency, well, they'd all have their lights and flashies going, and they don't. All right, so the second one, Dan said that he would help me to make one police report and to turn in one police report. Now, we had discussed it, and it is important to be able to turn in the guy that put the drugs into me. But that's definitely not the one that I should start with. I mean, that part, that needs to be dealt with, and he needs to be taken in with the situation with DHS and them enticing me to come to the Dalles under false pretenses. Well, that needs to be recognized. It needs to be recognized that it was due to, of course, the professionals that I was sent to, that I came here to the Dalles to turn in the stuff from Hood River. It is because of Dan, and of course, Dan is actually helping me. He's the second person who's going to help me turn something in. So, the thing with the Department of Health and Human Services, a lot of this stuff is just simply a matter of bad organization on their part and lack of give a shit enough to actually work together like the law is, well, legally requiring them to do, but they're just not following that. You're homeless, you don't matter, no problem. Now, I'm almost to my destination for the moment, so I should probably end the video. There's some homeless folks over there that haven't done anything wrong to me. They may be involved in illegal activities and maybe not. Same with anyone else. I know a lot of people who live in houses and drive around drunk and stoned and on meth and all sorts of shit. So, you know, if you guys are going to allow them to go, I don't think that these people should be victimized for it. There's also the fact that they're at a gas station, so they're probably not doing those things. One of the gas station attendants is out there. They don't have any arguments or fights going on, and it does appear as if everybody over there, homeless or not, is a customer of some sort. Anyway, the multiple situations that happened with Hood River Police Department should have been dealt with in Hood River. There should have been a social worker assigned to the case. When I went to the hospital, well, I've got the recording from the hospital that shows that I fulfilled my legal obligations, but the hospital did not. And as a result, that all can be entered in as evidence and will be. With the assistance that I have now, I really only have time to turn in 2 crimes. There is a third one, because that lady from the building that I showed you, I get the feeling that she's going to help me turn everything in as far as the children go. Thank God, whether I believe in it or not. With Dan, he said only one tomorrow, but and I probably shouldn't admit this because then you guys would go have a fucking heyday with it, but he did lead me to believe that he does intend on helping me to turn more in. And he also understands that ultimately, in all these situations, although there probably will be arrests, there's a lot of people that were simply duped into doing really stupid and fucked up shit. It's a matter of clearing house. You know, there's some of these people that I don't know until I get them in court and we can find out their side of the story. Kara Johnson Miles, for surely a predator. As far as Rochelle Shelley Campbell, well, was she a predator or was she getting duped by Kara Johnson Miles? I mean, the evidence does show that Kara Johnson Miles was doing the things that I said she was doing. And it shows that she misled the situation intentionally and did so for a while. It also shows that Rochelle Shelley Campbell was aware of it, that her and this woman were in contact. And while Rochelle Shelley Campbell was pretending like she was going to help me and she cared about the truth, her friend, Kara Johnson Miles, she was showing in these Natalie Bollinger groups that she wasn't interested in helping me. She was interested in slandering my name and getting people hooked up into a wallop. Anyway, good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.
How are you doing, sir?